outside, and by the time my mama died, that shit kind of did like make me angry because I'm like, damn, I don't like Adam 16. I don't like, bro. I don't like none of these people.
Like, or do you do any white people shit?
Because he was put here. They put him here. Who is they? They.
Stuff about him.
But they was like 30 riding bikes with high school kids.
Disorderly conduct. Disorderly conduct. Disorderly conduct. Disorderly conduct.
What's the deal, guys? This is Disorderly Conduct. I am your host, Kali the One. As you already know, I'm here with the legend, Irving.
What's going on? I'm back.
And we're also here. We got a special guest in the building. You might have seen him making some waves on the YouTube scene. My man Milk is in the building today. Thank you for stopping by, bro.
What's the deal, bro? How y'all doing?
Good, bro. Thank you for stopping by.
Yes, sir.
Off top, bro.
How you feeling today?
I feel groovy like a good movie.
Groovy like a good movie. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
First thing I want to ask you, honestly, is about the name Gilligan. Where does that come from?
To be honest,
Yeah.
like that come from like one of my older homies.
Okay.
Yeah, from around my way. I used to hear him say that. He used to call like the police that. He used to call them Gilligans or robots, like robots or Jekylls. So that kind of stuck with me. Them two words, like over the course. Yeah. But the Gilligan word though, from what I keep hearing, Mac Dre was saying it before me. Okay. I never heard it, to be honest, because I never really listened to like that. Mac Dre, to be honest.
Honestly, I don't know, but that's crazy because I always peep that you say that. I'm like, Gilligan, what is it? It kind of just sound like, fed or like something obviously like disproven, like you don't fuck with it.
Nah, yeah, but one of my older homies used to say that. I always used to hear him say that shit. So I just picked up on it, and then when I started doing YouTube, it just one day I said it, and then it just stuck.
People would be in the comments saying that shit. So I'm like, yeah, it's like your
little
thing.
trademark though. That's
like
cool.
your word.
Yeah.
So that shit is cool. Yeah, man. Talk to us a little bit about you, like how you got the name Milk growing up. You feel me? What's all that about?
Nah, I didn't get the name Milk growing up.
Nah.
I mean, I got the name Milk growing up, but I got the milk later on.
Okay.
Like probably when I was already maybe like 15, 16.
Okay.
Before that, like my homies just used to call me like white boy or white bizzle. I never really like stuck with a name. I had like names, but you know, when you're a kid, it be different phases. Like I don't know what the fuck I wanted to call myself, but Milk came from my sister baby daddy.
Okay.
One day, I don't know, he has just said that shit. Real funny dude. I don't know if he was joking or whatever, but when he said that shit, it just stuck.
It just stuck.
Yeah, and then it went further than that. That's, like, and I kept that when with my street name. So that was the moniker, all type of shit.
Okay. You talking about street names. So you want to give us a little background on where you're from, like what part of Los Angeles you're from? You feel me?
Well, I mean, I grew up like pretty much everywhere in LA. Okay. But my I got adopted at 7 days old. So the lady who I got adopted to, her mother had property on 79th and Figueroa. Okay. That came from Shreveport, Louisiana, like in 1960 or 59 or something like that. And they bought a house over there like I think it was 60 something, maybe like 64. So they had a property over there, boom. So like that's where my grandmother was at. So that's always where we was at. Yeah. So 79th and Figueroa period.
That's by Slauson or where's the
That's
closer?
down Slauson. The closest is Florence.
Florence, right.
Florence and Manchester.
Oh yeah. Crazy as fuck around there. Yeah. Off the 110 freeway.
Yeah. But I mean, I grew up before that. Well, that was my grandmother's house. Mm-hmm. But like when you was a kid, like back then, you used to go to your grandmother's house every day, every weekend.
After school type shit.
Yeah, whatever, so that's where you that's where you still know everybody at, like get familiar with people or whatever. But like when I was young, we lived in kind of okay areas. Like when I was younger, because my mama always used to like every 3 years or something, she moved. Okay. 1, 2, 3, move. 1, 2, 3, move. I'm like, damn, is you on the run?
Was it always like South Central area or like other cities of?
Nah, yeah, it was mostly LA. But I remember like when I was younger, the first house I actually could remember in my head was like in Inglewood somewhere. Where at? Don't remember, but it was a house because I remember one of my like it was like my plate uncle, hot dog. He resting in peace, but he was renting a garage for my mama. And then one day when I came home from school, like the same time I'm coming home from school, the police running in there or whatever. That was in Inglewood. The next house was on Marvell Olympia Drive, which is like off of Crenshaw and Vernon. It's like Lamert Park. I don't know what they would consider that. I was young.
It's like Midtown, right? It's like Midtown there or Century City right now?
Nah, it's like Crenshaw and Vernon. So that's still like that's still LA. That's like kind of where they did Baby Boy at. Yeah. Where that scene where they was getting shot at. It's like down the street from there somewhere, but it was in a big house though. Like these was big houses. Cause all my mom already had 4 kids when she adopted me. And they all lived in the same house with us. They was all girls, so we pretty much had a big house. But then after that, it was another one, which was in what is this, View Park?
Okay. That
was Marvell Drive, 5119 Marvell Drive. Another big house, but she told us one day, she was like, this rent went up, so it's either like we pay the rent and y'all don't get shit for Christmas, or we move. So we like, shit, move.
We want some Christmas gifts.
And we kind of trying to get my sisters and them to get out of there too. Yeah. Like it's time for y'all to go, so we can get our own shit. Yeah, even though it was already big, but then shit, they had 8 kids and it's a lot of people. But when we left from there, we stayed with my grandmother for a minute. Cause until my mama found another house, but she ended up finding a duplex on 53rd and Dinker. Moved over there. I probably was like 11. I had just graduated. Was 5th grade.
Okay, yes.
About to go to middle school, so we moved on 53rd and Dinker. Now that's by Slauson.
Yeah. What you moved around a lot. What middle school did you go to in high school?
Middle school was John Muir.
John Muir in high school.
High school, I got kicked out. I went to continuations.
Sheesh. Like a lot of people from South Central. Continuation's a big thing out there. A lot of homies.
Yeah, I never made it to regular high school. But the last public school was John Muir.
But you say you had you grew up not that bad in that bad areas. How do you think, growing up, moving around, or certain areas kind of influence like the shit you've been through, or like, those younger years?
Well, the family that I had, they wasn't like scholars, but they wasn't bad. But like when I was younger, we lived in them certain areas, but we still went back to my grandmother's house, or they got baby daddies that's in the streets. We still around the same bullshit, yeah. But it's just like we don't live in this
all
shit.
The time, yeah.
But at 11, we went to 53rd, so that's where we lived at. Yeah. One no more of the big houses. So now we really in LA. Now I was like 11 and a half or 11 because I had just graduated elementary and was going to middle school. Yeah, so I used to catch the Chesterfield Square. Used to cost $0.25 to get on the dash.
So you saying, how you grew up. When did you start to, I guess, get involved in the gang life?
Well, shit, I mean, when I moved on 53rd, like before that, when I was at my grandmother's house, we was running around, jumping all the gates, whatever, just doing all the type of shit, learning shit. But when I went to 53rd, though, that's where I actually, like, really jumped off the ports. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's when I started learning how to pull the robberies.
Okay.
Everything, the weed, like, because I went to John Muir, and when I used to take the bus to school, I have to walk from 53rd to 54th to get on the bus. So I started meeting people. Mm-hmm. I'm going to school, meeting people or whatever. So it was a group of us, but yeah, I started doing everything over there. Like, that's the first time I broke in a house, everything.
You feel like kids, I guess, from the cities like that are more mature than kids that are like just from the suburbs or whatever the case is?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot more shit going on. Like how you said, you walking to school to go take the bus, you meeting people, you seeing different things. I feel like it gives y'all a little bit of a one-up. Even though it's in like a different area, it makes y'all a little bit more tough.
You got to grow up quicker.
Well, you just got to grow up faster, like you said. Yeah, because it's more real. Yeah. You could just be walking down the street and they got nothing involved, nothing to do with none of that shit. And I don't mean it ain't going to
come to you.
Yeah.
It's crazy because, I mean, I grew up in like South Central, Compton area. And growing up, it wasn't easy, trying to walk to the bus. You already know, like, there's a right side to walk through the street. These people, just cross the street. You know about your surroundings. You've been through a lot more shit. Then once I got older and I got around other people that haven't lived through any of that, the mentality levels is way crazier. They think everything is like peaches and cream out here. It's like, hell no, you cannot be doing certain shit. just the way you move or the shit you say or the places you visit. Just the way you grew up is fucking way completely different than the shit they've been through.
Yeah, when we moved over there, like, we started meeting people probably over there 2 months. And then one of the dudes that lived, one house separated us from where he lived at. Mm-hmm. Somebody walked up on his yard and got the opening fire on him. Oh. That was like 2 months in us living over there. And when we moved over there, that was a horrible area. Yeah. One gang is on this side. One gang is on cross 54th. Cross back on this side. There's one more. You cross Western by Western Avenue Elementary. It's more. You cross this side, it's more.
Surrounded.
Yeah. It was horrible over there, but that's where I really like that's where whatever decision I made, like this what I'm gonna do, that's when it was real. But then that shit, you know, like I was already claiming the area where my grandmother was at, but I wasn't from that shit yet. But that's the gang I knew. Yeah. So I wasn't gonna claim no shit over there, but it's crazy because all of us got put on somewhere. Yeah. Every one of us. And some of them is dead too.
Can you talk about that, like the process of, you know, getting put on? You know, how was it? How did you decide that you want to get put on? Did you ever regret it? Like, not regret it, but was ever like, man, like, what, am I doing the right choice right now?
Well, how you get put on? I mean, you gotta basically fight. Mm-hmm. But I mean, some people think it's just easy, like, oh, you just one-on-one. Somebody just walk up and be like, hey, he want to get put on, and then they be like, okay, let's put him on, come on. It don't really work like that. I mean, you got to be around for like do some shit a few months, unless you know the right person, unless the right person brought you around. But you still gonna get fought. But I kind of like I grew up over there, but so like I already knew like my grandmother, them, my mom and them, they knew the first generation of the homies, because they was over there when that shit first started. That didn't mean shit, but still, like, I didn't have it that bad when I got put on. But it was like I might as well get put on because I'm already banging and shit. Done been to juvenile hall, banging and shit, and I'm outside standing around. So if they come through shooting,
they go aim at you.
They not gonna say, "Oh no, it ain't him." don't shoot him. Yeah. So. It was just one day, bro. I don't know. I got put on. I might as well. Wasn't that bad.
You're already living it. Might as well.
Yeah, I had one fade, and then both of them. So it still wasn't that bad. Like both of them at the same time. But
real quick, you said you were adopted.
Yeah.
Going right back to that. You want to talk about you always knew you were adopted. Like who are your parents? You're fully white.
Yeah, I guess I never did a
full test,
a DNA Ancestry.com and that shit.
How was
but
that?
I would think, because look, I got the hair, the eyes. I mean,
you never met your biological parents, anything about them, or?
Yeah, I did. Like later on in my life. Like when I was younger, I found out that something went right once I started knowing. Because, I mean, at first I was a kid, so I guess I never paid attention. But when I started figuring out, like, oh, I'm the only white person around, then that's when I start figuring out. And then that's when I start figuring out, oh, when my sisters them be mad, they be like, oh, you acting just like Dottie. And I be like, who the fuck is Dottie? What the fuck is they talking about? But I guess that was the surrogate, my surrogate mother. So I think I got one vivid memory of, like, I guess my grandmother trying to come see me around like my 3rd or 4th birthday, but I met them later on when I was around 23.
Okay.
How was that growing up being a white kid, you know, in these areas, living this lifestyle? Were you the only white kid at all?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Yeah. In South LA when I grew up, yeah. It wasn't even too many white tweakers around. Like now it'd be like white tweakers, like meth heads shit.
Just hanging around.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. It wasn't.
And so, I know I did see somewhere that you said you lost your mom too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk about a little bit about that as well? Because
how
did that affect you? You know what I mean?
I mean, that was hard. Yeah. You feel me? That was horrible. Imagine going from having. I mean, we wasn't rich. Yeah. We wasn't even like she didn't even have a job because by the time she adopted us, she was already older. So, but it's like going from having everything
you know
to now it's nothing. Like, and you a kid, you 14. Like, the fuck is you gonna do? But
Was it that around?
Nah, hell
No?
no.
So it's just her?
Yeah.
That's
She adopted me and I got a brother that she adopted 7 more days after me. So she adopted me 7 and he was like 7 days and he was 14, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
at the time.
Yeah, out the hospital. Well, I was 7 days old.
Do you think that's like after that happened, a lot of shit changed? You know, that's when you were more in the streets. Like there was nothing, or you were already involved.
The deal.
Yeah, I was already in the streets before she died. Yeah, I jumped off that porch for real at 12. I'm not even lying to you.
Damn.
Do you feel like it did make you more angry, you know, or anything in that nature?
Yeah, but I never had them thoughts to like my brother. He ran away.
Okay.
He left
Oh shit.
on the same.
The adopted brother?
Yeah, but we was raised together ever since babies. But he left. He ran away.
When she passed away.
Yeah, because she passed away in the house.
Oh shit.
So he probably just maybe left like, you don't really know why he did what he did.
He left for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Oh, he came back though.
Yeah, 2-3 years later.
Damn.
I mean, I had eventually got in contact with him like a year down the line, but yeah, he just left. I didn't, because I seen that kind of as like the weak way to go about it.
Yeah.
So I didn't
Running
leave.
away.
I just had to stay and deal with that shit. So then you don't really got nowhere to live. I had 2 sisters, but one of them already got a house full. She got kids, and the other one ain't really. She living at my grandmother property because at the time my uncle still had it.
Yeah.
He dead now. Before he died, he sold it, which was probably a good thing when I look back, because at the time nobody had died there before. It had never been a shooting. Nobody never walked up, and this was on 79th and Fig, and it was like low key turned into a hangout for us. Yeah, so it probably was cool that he sold it, but I had moved over there with her. Well, first I tried the other sister, but her husband and the baby the husband, he wasn't fucking with it because he didn't really have no control. But it's just like at the time he was like he would be telling on us when we play fighting or doing whatever we was doing. So I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do this. And she telling me I gotta be in the house at 8, and I just wasn't going for it at that time. So I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go over here to my other sister's house, and that basically came to like me just being able to do whatever. But I still went to school through all that shit and graduated.
When people see you, right? Because like you obviously talk the way you talk. You feel me? Tattoos, everything. Do you think do people think you're fronting to a certain degree because, or like you're not really from where you say you're from because of the color of your skin? Have you ever gotten like tried like that or tested like that?
On the internet.
On the internet?
Yeah.
Like people that don't know you,
people
right?
from Texas, and I mean, not even Texas, people from like the middle of Timbuktu or something, but hell no, not really.
And then growing up, right, being white, how did that ever kind of affect you mentally? Like damn, like this like what is it called when?
Like they don't fuck with me, like
did you ever feel kind of left out? Like, oh shit, like the black sheep of the shit you were around with?
Not really. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I probably was young. I mean, probably had thoughts before of like, damn, why am I the adopted one or some shit? But nah, not really. I just played the cards that was dealt, to be honest. Just like when my mama died.
Yeah.
I was 14. It was like December 3rd, 2000 and like I think like 8.
And I feel like black people, like we're real cool and accepting to where like, if you were the only white boy in the neighborhood, we probably gonna fuck with you just because. I'm sure you got people who, had a problem or issue or whatever, but I feel like we're pretty accepting overall, where it's like, if you cool, then you just cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, as far as like where my grandmother's house was at, that wasn't really no issue because I was raised over there. Like, I was over there since like a baby, but everywhere else, I really never had no issues like that. And then the only other issues after that was really more of like coming from the streets. Yeah, like all that bullshit, like early on. And then it was like more because like I wanted to wear the Dickies, the Chucks.
To really look the part too.
It wasn't
that
like
was
it wasn't like a gimmick. That was just like that's what was the code. Like we was wearing the pro clubs. We was wearing all that shit. Shaka wear when that shit came out. The Chucks with the fat laces, the blue shirt with the white one under, the light where you see the white. Like that's when we used to dress like that. So yeah, bro, I've been outside, and by the time my mama died, that shit kind of did like make me angry because I'm like, damn, this is wild. Like I already got adopted, So I mean, and at the time I didn't know the full the full shit behind me getting adopted or nothing like that. I never knew. So yeah, I mean, I was mad, but shit, we couldn't do nothing. But we found her dead in the house, and it was wild because like that day, the day before she died, like everybody came to the house. It was somewhat like a kickback that the day before she died, and it was people that never come over or we ain't seen in a while.
That's crazy.
Then
was she sick or anything? Or
well, she had a heart attack like some months ago. Okay. She had a stroke. Something made her have a stroke, but she went in the room and laid down, and I guess she had a stroke, and we didn't know, and she died. And then the next morning, my niece woke up screaming. And
did you get to see her like pass away at the crib?
She was already dead when we seen her. Yeah, I seen her.
Damn, that's
touched
crazy.
her and tried to. They on the phone with the ambulance. Yeah. Like I'm kind of like Max. I'm like, why you keep telling me to move her if she dead? Yeah. They like, I'm like, she's dead.
There's nothing I could do.
This shit is she's dead. Like I'm sorry to say, but she already kind of like. What you call it? Stiff, low key. Like she been dead for probably like 3. Maybe she died. Maybe she had the stroke like at 12, something 1, and then we didn't find her till 5 in the morning. So
yeah, I lost my mom too when I was 13, 12 or 13, something like that.
Yeah, that shit's horrible.
It's tough. It's a tough thing, but you know, you learn to deal with it, right?
Well, you ain't got no choice. Yeah. Unless you're gonna be one of the people that's a meth head and gonna be like, like it's because my mama or something. You can't do that because then that's
a sorry excuse.
Yeah, that's horrible, bro. Life goes on. Sorry to say, but you gotta keep pushing.
Talking about, you know, the street involvement and shit like that. Have you ever done time or you said you went to juvenile hall, right?
Yeah, I went to like juvenile hall. Not like that though. I wasn't like I never really got caught. Well, I never got caught like that. I wasn't really like I was wild, but I never really like early on I didn't get caught like that. First time I went to juvenile hall, I was already probably like 15. Mm-hmm. It didn't even go like that. The first time they booked us and took us to Lenox. This about time, like I was off of 53rd. Like 53rd, that's where everything happened though. The first burglary, first little robbery, shooting dice, breaking down quarter pounds of stress. We was doing everything over there. But it was the dangerous area too. And this was around the time when it was like, there was a lot of shit going on in LA. Yeah, it was bad. So that's when we learned everything. Cars trying to pull up, bang on us, throw up the shit they think you from so they can smoke you. All type of shit. But when I got to Normandy though, we moved from 53rd. My uncle was managing some apartments on 112th in Normandy. That's a horrible area. Mm-hmm. It's real bad now. And it didn't even have a police station over there when we lived over there.
Imperial Normandy area?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's just fucked.
It didn't even have they built the sheriff's station on Imperial Normandy in like a probation office, but that shit went right there behind El Pollo Loco at first. So it was only one police jurisdiction, but first time I went to juvenile hall, I was like 15 for some like for stealing. I think they charged us with possession of stolen property and trying to sell it or something. But I went to Lenox. Mama had to come get us. Took probation. Next time I went, it was for purse snatching. Okay. On some high schoolers maybe, something like that. Snatched a purse, ran, kind of got away. Yeah. Thought I got away. Was in an alley hiding under. Now we did this shit in broad daylight too. But when we feel like that's the set, like the hood and shit, we be like we could do anything. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. We're gonna do it.
Have you ever been put in like in a life and death situation, doing any? Just living, being out in the streets.
Hell yeah, a lot. I mean, I was getting shot at when I was on 53rd. That shit was already happening.
Have you ever thought about like, what happened? Have you ever been scared of like, fuck, if some shit goes down, or you were just like, whatever, I'm dealing with this shit?
Well, when I was a kid, like 12, 13, 14, 15, that shit never even really, I don't even think I really never paid no shit like that attention, even though it was happening. I had homies already dying, like not from my hood, but like I'm talking about homies that I was hanging with, doing shit with. They was already dying, hitting burglaries, pitting us onto that shit, and then they get smoked, and that shit was already happening. But yeah, like I seen a lot of crazy shit and been in a lot of shit. Been shot at so many times. Last time I got shot at, one of my homies got killed with me. Yeah, he got shot, bro. He didn't make it, and I was with him that day. We was together. when that shit happened.
Do you wish you were just had never been part of this life, or like you kind of just embrace it? It's part of it's part of what you got to go through or you've been through. And it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I can't change this shit. It's no way possible that I could have changed this shit. Could have been worse if I would have grew up with my birth mother. I don't know, because when I found out about her, the reason why they took me, because she was on meth. I mean, not meth. She was on heroin bad.
Yeah, I had a kind of.
She was a heroin addict.
I had that story, but I grew up with my grandma and my pops, and a lot more my grandma. But you know, I think when you're young, you sometimes do question like, oh well, what would it have been if I would have lived with, you know, my mom my whole life or whatever. But you start to realize as you get older, like, man, everything happened the way it was supposed to. Because exactly, like, what if I did go and live over here? It might not be what it is now. I might not have this platform, etc. Like, shit could be way different, you know?
Yeah.
When do you think you got into YouTube? Like, what made you get into YouTube?
Shit. I was working. This was right like after I was like, fuck it, I gotta get a job or something, because I'm tired of like gotta keep risking all the jail and shit. So I got a job or whatever. So I started working, and people were sending me links to like watch videos, but I have to like push the video and then it take me to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to this, I was never on YouTube. I wasn't. Because when I was watching TV, we had the Comcast or the cable on demand and shit like that. So I never was on YouTube. But they start sending me these links. I start seeing videos. I start seeing people talk about like LA shit and just certain shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck is he talking about? What is he saying? That's what kind of sparked the light bulb. And then I started doing research on that shit.
I can get a bag out of this.
Yeah.
When I figured that out, I'm like, okay, I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of the motive at first. Like, yeah, hell yeah. I'm like, oh, you could get a bag? Then I was like, it's kind of weird. Like, I ain't grow up on cameras, taking pictures like that, really. Not when I was a kid, like younger, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try to do that shit. Yeah. So, but you know, you make the account, because you gotta make an account even to leave a comment.
Yeah.
So I made that shit like 2017, but I didn't start doing YouTube until 2019, like July, June. It was somewhere around June or May. Mm-hmm. That's when I uploaded my first like video. So it was like 2019 May. And then it's like crazy, because right when I started it, that shit happened. You know, where you had to go on lockdown and they closed all the jobs. So it's like
YouTube was booming, huh?
So I was able to kind of like, I wasn't working no more, because before that I was doing 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Yeah. Like, I was doing a lot of hours at my job.
Man, that's crazy. And it's so crazy because a lot of people have a certain type of content. Do you think that, like, from the jump, you knew what kind of content you were going to do, or you felt like you were trying shit out and then you grew into what it is right now?
Oh, they kind of made me with the reactions. Yeah. I wasn't doing that shit. I was just, low key, like, no, they made me, because I was just doing videos. I was just talking about shit. I didn't even know how to do this shit at first. But then I got into it. Well, I didn't get into it, but I just started having friction for some reason with some clowns from Florida, some Gilligans. One of them named P.W. Vicky. He a snitch from Florida, and a fake Hoover. And another one named K. Frail. He's like K. His name like Frog or something. But they was trying to, like, it was crazy because they was trying to take me out in the beginning. I don't know why. I don't know how they got up on me or whatever, but I just had to like go at them. So we started making videos about me. Then I start going at them. Then I start getting like video clips or something sent to me, or then I start figuring out how to go do my homework and find shit. So then I start putting me talking, then play a clip of some of that shit, and then I'll talk after that shit play. And then I learned how to actually I learned what a tripod was. Because one day I was like, fuck this. I'm not even going to do videos no more today. I got to figure out how to do this shit. So I watched YouTube to learn how to do
You literally
YouTube.
just went at it like full trial and error.
Huh?
You went at it like straight try and error. You didn't know shit, but you just figured it out.
When I first started, I'm not lying, I would get off work. I was a dishwasher. I was working like a lot of hours.
That shit tough, boy.
Yeah,
And-
draining.
And I was going to like different, like in the beginning, right before YouTube, I kept switching jobs. Not because I was getting fired. Never got fired. Like unless I wanted, I think 1 or 2 jobs, I forced them to fire me because I wanted them to do that because I already had another job. But it was because of the commute. Like I was living like on Exposition in Vermont. Every job that I ever really had was like 2 hours away, and I was taking the public transportation.
So it was, a longer mission.
Nah, because I was always lucky to kind of be by the rapid or the train.
Okay.
So I was able to kind of knock the time out low key. But nah, I would do that shit, bro, because I had to work. Like, and my mama, like, she was from Louisiana, so I was working in the house early, moving furniture around every week. All type of washing at 9. All type of shit. So that was nothing. But yeah, it was hard. I was working all them hours, and then once I started that shit, bro, I would go home, take a shower, groove up a few blunts, and I had a pillow because the first times I start sitting out there, I'll just sit regular. So my ass all on the concrete. Then that shit started hurting. Yeah. And then I remember you can get hemorrhoids or some shit from sitting on the concrete. So I just got a pillow, and then I wrapped it with I think a pillowcase or with something like that, some type of something. And I taped it at the end, and then I would just carry it under my arms and go outside. So at that time, my girl, she didn't want to be smoking in the house because, you know, she want to be all into the decor and whatever.
How shit look.
Yeah, like whatever. But so I'll go outside, and it was a dog park at my apartment. Everybody used that shit, but it was one right across the street on a side street kind of that nobody never used. And so I found a spot kind of right there, like 15 feet off the street. You could still see me though if you come walk or anything down the street. But I found a spot, and I just sit in the corner under the camera. Camera couldn't see me. Nobody never used this door. I just started doing videos right there. First, this is how I was doing it, holding the phone like this, and they doing the video. Yeah.
Damn.
So, I mean, did you have any influences? Not really though, huh? Because you
no, not really. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I wouldn't even lie if I did. Like, I'll tell you. But when I started it, because I wasn't watching YouTube. Like the first videos that I was watching was like, I couldn't find out. I think like some fake bounty hunter videos. Like those are some shit called like Bounty Hunter D.
Oh, hey, tell me why I be watching that shit.
Yeah, I was watching that shit in the beginning. I ain't had time. I don't be having time no more because I be so like caught up in my own shit. But I was watching that shit. Yeah. That's what I started off. But nah, I never had no influences.
How was it when you get that first paycheck from just doing videos?
It was good.
That feeling was crazy, huh?
I was like, damn, this shit really real. Like they really gonna pay me. And it wasn't nothing. Like the first check I remembered, I think it was like it wasn't over. It wasn't even 174. That's too much. It was probably like for real. It was probably like 140 something, maybe 134 to 140, if that. But it was something like that. And I was like, damn, this is crazy. And I had to wait. That shit took like 2 months because at first I didn't know, but it took me like a week. And I just did all the research. But you know, you gotta meet the $100 threshold. So
to get it to come out.
Yeah. So like once I got into that shit, I kind of figured it out. But yeah, the first check was like 140 something. I was like, damn, this is crazy. Solid. Cashed it, went right to
How long after you started doing videos was that check? Did you get that check?
Oh, it was happening fast because when I first started, I got monetized in like, if I started in May, I think by like, it was maybe like 3 months. I was already monetized. I mean, I was already past, cause you know you had to get the
certain amount of subs.
Yeah, no, not subs.
Hours watch time.
No, maybe subs. No, that's for a lot. No, you're right. Yeah, you gotta have. I think you have to have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch time hours, and it was something else. Damn, how I forget that shit.
They just changed it.
No, they just made it easier.
Yeah, it made it easier. Yeah.
I think it was 1,000 subscribers, but that shit was cool, bro. I want to cast that shit. Like, damn, it really. They paid me for this shit. This shit is wild.
And then right after you started too, when the pandemic happened, everybody was at home just watching YouTube. I know a lot of people started blowing up, like on the Twitch shit started going up. YouTubers started making bang because There's shit to do but watch fucking videos all day.
Nah, the YouTubers was making bank before that.
Wait.
Yeah, this
before.
ain't
Oh, yeah,
rap.
YouTuber's been making bank. I know, but when you kind of hopped on it and then the pandemic happened, you think that shit kind of helped you because you were just at home locked in and everybody was just watching shit?
No, it helped me because I was able to do more videos. But even when I was working, I was already uploading like 4 or 5 a day.
Just straight off the camera.
Yeah. Outside, like this. Until I found out what a tripod was.
When you started, did you have an expectation of when you would pop? Was you like, man, I'm trying to do this shit. I'm trying to get monetized in 6 months, or I want to, you know,
6 months.
I
was like, I need to get monetized
next week.
now.
You was kind of thinking like, I need this bread right now. I don't want to keep working. But did you have, I guess, an expectation of it going longer than what it did?
I really didn't care at the time.
Yeah.
Like, cause I didn't really. At the same time when I came in, like I knew I was doing it for the money, but it wasn't necessarily for the money at that point because I was already making money. Like when I was doing that shit at the end, I was a dishwasher supervisor. People be laughing at that like, that ain't real. Yeah, it is. I was at a hotel. That shit real, bro. Yeah. That shit like a manager of the dishwashers, but it's like you to basically put the produce away that come in the morning.
Okay.
All that shit and just make sure they doing that shit or whatever and maybe clean up something or that's it. But I was getting like good money, like 18 an hour or something.
Okay. Yeah.
And working a lot of hours. And yeah. So I was cool.
You've been like 3 years doing YouTube, 3 to 4 years now?
Yeah.
How has it changed your life? Like, are you know, is it harder, you know, to do the normal shit you used to do, or like hang out with the homies, or has it impacted like now that you're more known, has it impacted your life, your real life, your everyday life?
Unfortunately, to a certain degree, because I don't gotta go to regular jobs no more, G.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part,
that's dope. That's the best.
Yeah, that's lovely. The other parts, yeah, like, but I'm not worried about that shit because I was already doing that shit for free when I was in the streets. Like,
yeah.
So have to watch my back. I already know about that. So have to move a certain way. Been moving like that. So this that part, but it'll be a little bit more difficult because when I first started dealing with people like approaching me, like on the streets and. Like the subscribers, I gotta figure out if at the time,
for real or they
or if you trying to go viral, because I don't have to, or if you my enemy when I was first starting off, because this is how I'm thinking. Even though I was already backed up, but I'm still thinking like this, like who are you, like? But you kind of get a feeling. Then I ain't on YouTube dissing nobody, dead homies or shit crazy. Like that. So I just it kind of like, I just deal with it.
How you feel like, how long do you think it takes to switch the mindset? You know, we hear rappers talk about it too, where like they become, they get on and then they still have a certain mindset, I guess, and they might have trouble with those types of things, like people coming up to them or just attention in general. Like how long you think it took for you to like switch that mindset and be like, okay, like right once the bread started coming in?
Not even the bread, just like, damn, somebody coming up to me. From fucking a YouTube video.
Yeah,
that's wild. Yeah, it went from like me or somebody banging on me or them to people coming up for fucking videos.
How you doing,
That's crazy. Yeah. Like I would never be like Michael Jordan and the people that do that shit, they be scared or they real nervous and they can't control it. You feel me? Like it's just what's gonna happen. Like I'm like, damn, you gonna make it happen because you so fucking nervous. Or they just don't want to do it. They feel like they too good and they not even. It's not even that. They not even like that. But I do that shit every day, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's to the point, it been like that for a minute, but I don't even be going nowhere without somebody somewhere seeing me. That's a good and a bad thing, but it is what it is.
Do you watch any YouTubers now that you've been on YouTube? You got any people that like you kind of be watching?
To be honest, like, nah, more. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, if I watch anything, it'd be like I'm watching some type of documentary on like a serial killer or some shit like something like that. Or like I used to watch National Geographic type of shit, but like right now, I don't even be having time, bro. Like I'll be focused on doing the video. So if I'm reacting to that shit, that's the shit that I'm watching at the time. But I do be looking at other shit, but not like, bro, because if you do that shit, then you don't be having time to do your shit. So I'll be kind of like, once I do my shit, then I'll double back. But I watch certain Vlad TV interviews,
Type shit.
Sean Say Cheese.
Okay.
I do watch certain parts of interviews. I ain't even gonna lie. Maybe Breakfast Club, not no more, because they broke up the whole
little gang.
Yeah. So I haven't watched it since really, but yeah, like little clips of that type of shit. It depends who it is though. Like if I see like a 50 Cent interview that's new or something, I try to go to that. But nah,
like the new one you sent me.
He just came out with a new interview. That shit was
that's
good.
pretty good.
Way more in depth. He switched it up a lot. I mean, he just more mature. But that's crazy. So like, you have any, I guess, bigger goals with the YouTube shit? You want to do like anything, you know what I mean, outside of it, or you kind of just so focused on YouTube right now?
Nah, hell nah. I'm not stupid. Nah, you kind of got to use this like as a, like if you kind of get it going, you still kind of got to try to do something else. But nah, I'm working on something right now, bro. But like I got a lot of plans, like with the shit. I'm about to take it a whole nother step. Like I've been slacking a little bit because like it was my birthday like a few weeks ago. Then like I was just slacking a little bit, but like I'm about to do a whole bunch of shit, more vlogs and shit. Then I'm possibly trying to I've been talking to a few people trying to sign like a few people just to do videos on my channel. Like little videos and shit like that. But
that's what's up.
Other than that, just land. I've been trying to get that shit.
Okay.
Land.
You growing up, right? Obviously, like around all black people. Do you feel like, or do you do any white people shit?
I mean,
it's real shit.
I guess now. Yeah. But not even really. Not just more because of my girl. Like we be going to like Whole Foods. Shit like that.
That's white people shit though.
That is white people shit, bro.
She got me eating bagels out of Starbucks with the little cream cheese
and shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
But nah, bro, hell nah.
You ever do skydiving shit like that?
Nah. I would though. Yeah. I would low key because
that's crazy.
I like thrills low key.
Yeah.
But nah, I don't do fuck no. I don't really mess with the water like that. Like oceans and shit. I'm cool in the pool.
Yeah.
Some shit like that because it's confined. Like
ocean too big.
You know what the fuck's out there.
I don't know what's under me, so I'm kind of like, and then I don't never want to get swept out into the middle of no fucking ocean. That's my biggest, like one of my fears or some shit.
I got that fear too. I ain't gonna lie.
I started getting that fear with all the fucking videos we've been seeing, like the sharks popping up. Before I didn't give a fuck, I used to be in the water like
that. And it's just it got no direction.
The sharks, that's what I ain't even worried about that. It's a lot of shit though. If you in the middle of some water, what if you get a cramp?
Yeah,
you're done.
You're gonna sink.
You're done for.
And then it's just there's no direction. You could think you're going, but the water taking you. You trying to do this and that. It's a wrap.
Yeah, so like white shit. But some people were saying because I've been riding horses going on. I saw that. Shit. But I'm like, shit. I've been seeing a lot of people ride horses.
Yeah. That's funny. You ever been camping shit like that?
Nah, hell no. Never been camping. Never been like hiking on no trails. I just did this horse shit because I like that shit kind of. Cool. Whatever.
Yeah, the camping show. No, you going?
I'm scared, low key. Yeah. Not scared, but I just don't. I don't never want to cross paths with no one of them.
No fucking bear.
No bear. Wow, Jason gonna die. But a bear, one of them grizzly bears or something. I'm not trying to never meet that. Now they need to start making like some camps where it's kind of they got big fences.
But that's the thing, they got like, because I done been camping at some RV type parks where it's like camping, but it's more confined, it's more like modern. So they got it, but it's just expensive.
I'm cool, bro. If I go somewhere, if I go somewhere, the hotel's gonna be by a wood line or something. I just walk and look at it.
Come back out.
Yeah.
I said the same thing. I'm gonna get the hotel nearby. I come on in the morning. Fuck that.
I'm scared of that shit, bro. To be honest.
You lived in LA your whole life, basically.
Yeah.
Have you traveled outside California a lot, or?
Earlier on, I never had left. When I was a kid, the furthest I went was like the Rancho Cucamonga or some shit like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, when I got older to go do certain shit, I did go like to New Mexico once, Alabama, Atlanta, and that was it. And then when I got older, like me and my girl, I went to Texas and Miami.
Texas cool, Miami cool.
Have you been outside the U.S.?
Nah.
Right.
I don't even. Yeah, I gotta. Nah, hell no. I'm kind of. I wouldn't say afraid, but I'm kind of like, whoa, like you go out there and you get arrested for any little thing, but
it's different.
I'm thinking about it though. I wanted to go to what's that shit? Not Costa
Cabo?
Rica, Cabo.
Like
But I'm
Cabo's
just
cool.
like,
It's cool, but they will like. I feel like police will sit at the clubs and watch people leave drunk and then go.
and I ain't even worried. I don't know, bro. I'm eventually leave this country though to go places. Yeah.
That's the goal.
I gotta go to all these different states first.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I mean, to be honest, bro, like everything in the middle is weak. Like
yeah, they ain't shit like
everything
what is it called?
North Dakota, South Dakota, all that shit is
Flyby states, or what's it called?
whack.
I still want to go to like Memphis, Tennessee.
Some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I still ain't been in New York. Still want to go to that shit.
On New York, you seen them big ass fucking rats, bro. Like you're walking, you see some giant ass fucking ratatouille motherfuckers.
How you feel about in today's time? You already know it's so easy to be like, I feel like make it seem like you're from somewhere, you're official. How you feel about culture vultures in today's time? Like, you got any thoughts on people kind of trying to be from, the culture and just profiting off of it?
I go at them people out all day, damn near. Yeah. Like I'll be targeting them type of people. I don't care who they is too. Like, it's they come in all colors.
It's true.
Be a lot of them. Be a lot of people that didn't grow up like that and then got image consultants at like 20 and then figured out they need to put on Dickies and Converse
to make some money
and braid their hair to be a rapper. Yeah. So yeah, hell yeah, I don't like that shit, bro. I don't like Adam 16. I don't like, bro. I don't like none of these people.
Man, that's a crazy thing. I wanted to actually ask you about that because, how I was introduced to you a few years back was from that interview. I think it was something before that, but then I seen that interview as well. So how did it go from the interview to like, I guess what it is now?
I mean, people keep saying like, not you, but I'm just saying they be like, how did it go from the interview? I mean, it was just an interview.
That's all it really was.
Like, it ain't like I was
homies and shit.
It was just, they said something about me on a, when they was doing it, what the fuck they be doing, like the weekly shows, said something about me. I think it was something about me saying the N-word or something like that. And I, at that time I was doing reactions. So I reacted to that shit. And I'm like, hey, if y'all want to say something or have a debate, I could, bring me there or something. So, I went up there, but shit, after that, what sparked the whole little flame probably was when he interviewed Cmac, like right after me. And he dropped that interview. Yeah. And dude got the forehead tattoo. It was just weird. Yeah. It was like a weird timing. But I kind of tripped in my head, but I was like, I don't even care about that. I don't care. But then it was little other shit, and then people start sending me shit. So when I start getting these tweets and all these tweets he had with all this weird ass shit, I was asking him, but he don't want to say nothing. Like he don't want to speak about that or brushing it off or something. And they just went from there, bro.
Yeah, because now it's like it seems like they, say a lot about you, and then you reacting. So I'm just like, damn, it's crazy. You feel like he's one of the people that we could consider a culture vulture in a way, or somebody who's profiting off of,
hell yeah, he came from
culture?
Bro. He came from riding bikes. He was riding. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with bikes, but bro was like 30 riding bikes with high school kids and people like a year out of high school that could still kind of be with the group they with, like the age bracket. But he like 30 with these kids riding bikes. So yeah, how you go from riding bikes to, because he was put here. They put him here.
Who is they? They stuff about him.
They put him here.
Connected to
them people put him here. Yeah. He got all type of weird tattoos.
I've seen some stuff about him being connected to, or his family being connected to some government stuff before. I don't know how.
His daddy and uncle.
Yeah, I don't know how true it is, but
it's true. His name Grand Mason. Yeah. Nah, it's true. The daddy and the uncle was into politics in New Hampshire.
Okay, that's
where he's from, New Hampshire. I forgot town. It's like a little small town in New Hampshire. I don't know. They was politicians around. What's his name? Bush. No. Clinton. Bill Clinton. Yep. The daddy. I think it's the daddy got pardoned. Got a
believe
pardon
so,
by
that's what I saw,
no,
yeah.
it ain't no belief. So it's he got pardoned. Yeah, for some shit like for voter fraud or something.
Isn't that crazy?
He got pictures and he didn't, bro. When he was growing up, they was going to these people's house, the Clinton houses, to have to the little shindigs and the
Have
little
dinner and
parties,
shit,
and
yeah.
and he got letters that they didn't wrote to Bill Clinton, or Bill Clinton signed to him like, yeah, hell yeah, bro. Something about him that ain't right, and he just don't like that I'm the type that's gonna say something. I don't care. I don't want to work for you. Never wanted to work for you. Wouldn't work for you. People start sending me them tweets, bro. A lot of people don't care, but I'm not that type. I ain't industry, and they ain't gonna go industry and don't care. And them tweets was weird, and I just wanted to know, like, explain them.
Yeah,
Then when I asked, I become the bad guy. So
it's crazy. Huh?
but he tried to take me out. Like, but when he first came out, bro, I'm telling you, he do this shit. He was going at every white like rapper or white person that was doing anything with like hip hop or something. He was making videos about him, trying to destroy him. And he thought he was gonna destroy me, but it didn't work that way. Now he got security. He been changed his location. All type of shit happened. He had to let his wife sleep with a porn star right after they got married.
Yeah.
Like when they got back from the trip, she went and smashed the porn star.
How you feel about that? You would let
I
that
don't
happen?
know. I would not let that happen. I don't know. They're on
That's
some
a
weird
wild
shit.
situation.
He likes that shit though, bro. Like he goes off.
That's
Bro
what he
never
said.
did that shit before.
Yeah, that's what he says. I'm
He
like,
never
okay.
Yeah,
he
that's
never
true,
did it
true.
before. I know he weird, but he never did it before.
Yeah.
But like it is what it is. But I'm just saying, like, bro, all type of shit didn't happen to him. So
They were at the exotic car place right there. They did a video with that guy that he got her Lamborghini, whatever.
that shit fake.
It was where I was working at. Yeah.
That shit was fake. That was a skit.
Yeah, they were right there. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, let me pay you. Let me record this or something. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
That's crazy.
he definitely speaks. Him and others speak to like what's going on today in the industry where you have.
And he
people
didn't
that-
come from nothing in the
Yeah,
industry.
exactly.
He keeps
And then
saying
they
like, I
just-
used to listen to hip hop. No, the fuck you didn't.
Yeah.
I got pictures of you when you was a kid. He looked like the dude off of Napoleon Dynamite.
He actually.
You know what that is?
Yeah, Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
for sure.
This-
He actually he had an interview with this dude, and shout out to the Punk Rock NBA. He's a dude who does like a whole bunch of breakdowns on punk rock bands, different genres, et cetera, et cetera. He had a full on interview with him not too long ago, kind of going into depth on different bands and shit he was into and all that type of stuff. So yeah, I think that's where he kind of got.
yeah,
into
when he
it.
was involved with them bands around that time, that's when them allegations started hitting.
Yeah.
With the girl he met at the band, and he thought she was grown because somebody else was with her. It's all type of shit, bro, that made me question him and have something to say, bro. But they try to push that shit to the side. A lot of people don't care. That's what I've seen since I've been involved in this shit. A lot of them people, they don't give a fuck. If I would have came in here and said, like, I don't care about if you got a Chomo record or if you then did some weird shit, then nobody, it would never be no issue like that.
Isn't that crazy?
Everybody left him too. All those who's like started their own shit. Ever since that shit happened, I haven't really been focused or hear about No Jumper the way it used to be when.
Yeah, but it's like he involved in the something, bro. When that shit happened, all them allegations, he lost the deal to Atlantic. He had a deal where he could sign rappers or something.
Yeah.
He lost the deal, bro. If it was really something like, oh, they didn't have nothing, Atlantic did an investigation or whatever. So if they didn't have nothing or didn't, he never tried to sue them people or nothing. So
How you feel about, I guess, people from the suburbs, or feel me, like grown men as well, 20-some-year-olds from the suburbs trying to go and gangbang?
that shit horrible. Especially if they broke. I mean, it's like, what did you even bring it to the table? Like,
It's crazy.
unless you about to turn into like, but that's what I'm saying. If I was still involved, like thinking like that, yeah, like that's crazy, bro. People like that is automatic, like crash dummies.
What you think? Cause like, what do you think makes them want to do that?
Well, it was
You
the
know what I'm
thrill.
saying?
Like people you got to think like that's all that was pushed on us.
Yeah.
Like that's all you see. At one point, you thought that shit was like cool. Like this is the shit. Like
Yeah.
I
think
want
people
to
still
do this.
think it's cool for
That's
sure.
I don't know why.
It's just-
This shit over with. I ain't even
Because
gonna lie to you.
the music glorifies all that shit. Like, oh shit, that shit sounds dope. Feels dope.
Bro, that shit is over with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think if you are 20 years old and you decide to start banging, it's just like for what,
bro? Because most of the people that I know, I ain't even gonna lie, had a lot of them. Bro, at 20, you already supposed to damn near be wanting to quit. Not quit, but like
you already
you
got
gotta be
through
trying
everything
to do something else.
at this fucking point.
Because you supposed to then started kind of earlier, been like off the porch already, done did something, or you feel me? Then you wait till you 20, they Gilligans.
Yeah, they got.
I mean, like Chris Brown them do that shit for the image.
Yeah, what's up? What you think that like people? I guess
they do it for the image.
Yeah.
I used
like
to
Tiger?
hate it, but then I'm like, I mean, if them people want to let him say he from there, and he giving them verses and probably
Cashing
giving them
them out.
jobs or something, or some shit like that, then if that's their way out, I can't be mad, I guess. But that shit goofy. I would never look at him as like a
blood?
like a
Was it a blood that he
Chris
became?
Brown.
yeah,
he said
Pyro.
it's blood, yeah.
He from Bompton.
Earlier you mentioned people trying to get on you for saying the N-word. How you feel about that?
Well, I mean, nobody, like, through my whole life, nobody has never really said nothing. Nah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. My mom and them, nobody never told me not to say it. Yeah. Like, I didn't grow up in a household where they was like, hey, this is not, don't say this. You shouldn't say these words. Or I said nothing, but not through my life, I never had that issue. One time, I think I was in a check cashing place with my girl, though. I think it was a check cashing place, yeah. And it was this dude in there. He kind of said something. We had a little fight, but that one really nothing. Other than that, it's just been like the only people that ever said something other than that was people on YouTube, like in the beginning. Because
they don't really know, I guess.
The LA culture. That's
I'm from
it
LA,
is.
so that it be kind of shocked to certain people like around the world.
So I think everybody says it at this point in time.
But everybody shouldn't say it. Well, I don't know because I don't even say it because it ain't even because of people on YouTube. Because it's just because like I don't know. It's just like when you grow up, you don't even. It's like your vocabulary.
Something's changing. Now you sound like it sounds vulgar. Like some in certain aspects. Because the same way you grew up in these areas, Hispanic or Black, and that's the way you talk, right? And like once you got older, like you start seeing how it sounds or how. Like, oh shit, like you're in a public place and it just sounds crazy to be saying. Yeah. But back then, you don't think of it like you're talking with your friends. It's okay. Everybody everybody says it. It's never become an issue. Once you're older, you see the real world. You start hearing like other people talk. Like that shit sounds like fuck.
Because that word, bro, it's not like that word got took from something that it was to something totally different. Yeah. It became just like a regular word.
And that's how I feel like you if you're not Black, like you really shouldn't be saying a word. It depends though, right? Because like for your instance, right? Somebody can come up to you and tell you that, but it's like the way you were raised, how you feel me, how you raised, people you raised around, like it's damn near embedded, And then for us, it's like the rap culture and shit is damn near embedded in the kid's head. But it's almost just like I feel like if you're not Black, what's the point to say it? I mean, I don't think nobody really gonna trip. Like I'm not somebody who gonna try to fight every person that says the N-word, right? But it's like it just sounds cringe when you hear somebody that's like not supposed to be saying it, I guess, say it, and they using it more than somebody who can say it or just shit like that. So I feel like just try to stray away from the word. I don't think we're at a point in life where niggas are really, look, here I go saying it, like, are really like pressing people over. Yeah. Besides like old heads, I think it's old heads and shit like that.
Social media, like in social media, sounds crazy.
The dude in the store was like probably 50 something. Probably went in from LA, but bro, people in LA, that's just how people talk. Yeah.
And it all depends.
It don't even gotta be Black Mexican. It's whoever raised over there.
That's what I'm saying.
It could be a fucking
Middle Eastern.
A Middle Eastern. Yeah.
And I think it depends too. Like if somebody say, "Oh, what's up, my nigga," it's different than being like, we having fighting words and then you say it. It might be like, "Oh, I'm not about to let you say that to me now." But so I think it depends.
It's context. It is context.
But then the rapper, nobody shouldn't say it.
Yeah.
Not even. I'm not saying like, oh, if I can't say it, you can't say it. I'm just saying like in general, then nobody should be saying it. It's just throw that shit away.
And that's the tough part. It's like, how can we? We shit.
Just drop it. They can stop saying it.
Yeah.
It ain't that hard. You just gotta stop saying it.
It's hard though. I feel like it's hard for. Come on, if you was raised around it,
bro. Every time you about to say it, stop. Just be like. Yeah, you just gotta start catching yourself.
And I did notice as I've gotten older, like the use of the word, I try to like, bro,
minimize it,
whatever, try to change it because it is like every other word. You like, damn, but it's something that I think as time goes on, it's not.
Bro, if you keep
don't
falling
matter.
on the bike because you keep doing something or not doing something right,
Yeah.
eventually you gonna get it right.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you try, but I mean, you know, that's just up to whoever want to stop it. But I know a lot of black people that don't even say it no more.
I noticed that too. I actually had a conversation with some homies a long time ago. I got out of high school and I was kind of just like, I don't know. It's apparent that you're not a nigga, bro. Like to a certain degree. And I'm not saying like I'm a nigga, but like you don't really go through some of the same things to permit you to say it.
But then if the word is like that, why would you even want to? Why is it a word like that? Like why is it a word that people use, bro?
Yeah.
That's what I don't get.
And I mean, you know, what people say and like what older heads say is that we took the word and we turned it into something that was like cool for us to use and we owned it. But I think that is true. But now everybody own it. So it's like, yeah, at that point, like, why are we really still rocking with it? It takes time. I don't think people will be saying it like that.
No, because a lot of people they don't care.
Yeah, they really don't care. Yeah.
People say that, a lot of people do, but it's like, you know, it's 2023. Like, if people were saying, like, stop saying it, or everybody don't say it, people could stop saying it. If you was like, I'll give you an eighth at the end of the month, if I don't hear you saying this shit, I bet you he ain't gonna say it. Yeah. And then if you could do it for the weed, you should be able to do it regular.
Yeah.
But it's all about, you know, once the people learn or go to prison or something like that, they gonna fall back from it.
See, that's the type of shit that I feel like changes people. Yeah, and makes it different for them. So you're a weed smoker, obviously, right? Like you smoke weed. How long you been smoking weed for?
I first got high at 12, bro. First hit my first blunt. I still remember that shit. Yeah, that shit was wild.
I remember mine too. I was in the hot box. I was trying to get out. Honestly, that shit.
And I was chronic too. This was when chronic, it wasn't even kush yet. It was still chronic. Yeah.
Have you ever done anything else besides weed?
I mean, I did pills before when I was younger. Like ecstasy, Molly. Used to drink Molly water.
I heard about that.
Just pour the Molly in the water.
Yeah.
Shake it up. Yeah. We was only doing that because Chief Keef was saying that shit on them songs. I hate being sober, different shit. But I never really wanted to be on that shit. But I mean, I did that shit when I was younger. Got off that shit. Never did nothing else in life. Just smoke.
Would you stop smoking weed?
I ever tried it.
I was forced. They forced me before the PO, but other than that, on my own, I stopped one time. I stopped from maybe July 20th to around like September the 1st.
Like 2 months.
So that's cool.
2-ish months.
How'd you feel? Like you felt no difference, or did you feel
it was a rough time.
You're having the withdrawals.
The first
week is nuts, huh?
Yeah, that shit horrible. I mean, it's whatever, but it's just like, damn, this is real life. I have to smoke, bro. Yeah. Like, I've been smoking for a long time. Like, I don't do this shit for YouTube. Like, I've been smoking since I was 12. Like, really, like, my mama used to have weed in a medicine jar. I used to go in there sometime and take buds out, low key, where she won't know.
Okay,
but I've been smoking.
Yeah, we been smoking since I say like 14. First, it was like a weekend thing, and then it turned into like an everyday
lifestyle.
An everything thing.
I can't do that.
I don't smoke no more, but I used to be gone the same way. And then we had homies who we could go to their house, smoke in the backyard, smoke in the house, so that added to it. But I've taken many tolerance breaks. That's pretty much what I'm doing right now.
Taking a break.
I feel like if you keep taking tolerance breaks, you might as well just quit.
Just quit, yeah.
Fuck is a tolerance break?
If you're going to do it every so often, like why do it?
Well, no, I guess, not really. I mean, if you could quit and then you like, shit, I want to smoke this day, and then you quit for another 4 months, and then it's a birthday, and then you be like, fuck it, I'm going to hit the blunt because I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And then you quit again. So I guess.
For me, it was fucking with my productivity. I feel like somewhat, and just like, but then at the same time,
but for this shit, no,
that's what I'm saying. At the same time, it had me like
going
up low key, like more like entertained than like topics and things I'm trying to research. Like I was more like, okay, I'll sit down and watch this, read this, you know what I mean, listen to this, just because I was faded. Really, it helped. It felt like it helped. I ain't gonna lie, but then I started being like, all right, let me see how I could be without it.
you know, to each his own.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta be in my zone just to do it, or I don't want to do the shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah, yeah, nothing against it.
Just play.
I'm definitely trying to go back to it. It ain't the last time forever. So
I can't do that shit. My day is done. I'm going to sleep.
that's how
You gotta get some like sativa or something. Get some
Yeah.
cheaper. I mean, not cheaper, but the less, you know.
Oh, that strain of weed.
Because I'm on indica.
That's how I am. I don't fuck with the sativa thing. I'm more just.
I mean, I done got some hybrid that was cool that don't really put me have me like down.
Like that, yeah. I had hybrids too, but I do try to stick with indica. Those right there, they was hurting my chest or like making my shit feel like I don't even know.
Yeah, I dealt with that.
Just heavy. Like,
Nah, I dealt with that. I started doing these at work and because
You be vaping too?
yeah,
Like regular vaping?
Nah,
No.
I smoke cigarettes or a cigar before I do
a vape.
The
It's
vape.
more deadly.
I go too far doing this because I started thinking about it the other day.
Yeah.
Like it is crazy that I'm taking this, I'm putting this in here, and then within seconds I'm just
It has
able
a
to
battery.
Hey, you chilling?
Has
I'm
a
just able to hit
battery.
it, and then it come out. Like it's kind of like crazy,
Yeah.
but that other shit, hell, nah, bro, I'm kind of scared of that shit. I'm gonna stop
Damn.
doing this shit in a minute, and I'm gonna just.
Be on a regular flower.
No, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I do both. I'm kind of like a stoner weed head type.
I
person.
trust me. I would smoke.
This was
and
from
have
work
that at
though,
work, yeah.
cause you got to when you take that 30-minute break
Mhm.
at like 10:30, 11, I gotta smoke, bro, so I could come back normal. Back hurting and shit. I gotta smoke.
It's like that.
So you're depending on
It's
weed,
like
you
that.
think?
Nah,
at this
hell
point?
no. Not depending on it, nah, cause if I didn't have it, I can go. Like I'll still be able to do
What you
whatever I
gotta
was
do.
doing.
It's just the fact that like I could go and get some. I'm gonna get some.
Yeah. Like it's my priority. It's like a priority of mine.
That's
But
cool,
it's
that's
like I
cool.
still pay the bills.
Yeah.
Kid good.
It's not fucking up your life, you know?
Nah, hell no. But it's a part of my life though. My girl know, whoever know, like, yeah, I need it. But it is. Sometimes I do be like, damn, should I kind of take a break? But then I'll be like, for what? Shit.
Nah, man. Thank you though, bro, for stopping by.
Yeah, that was
cool,
good.
Cool little conversation.
Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure.
You got any last words?
Nah, man, appreciate you for coming. Yeah, you wanna name your YouTube channel, whatever?
Oh, it's
Instagrams?
Milk TV. That's it, bro.
Milk TV.
Like,
We'll be
y'all
posting it all.
find me,
Yeah, we'll find them.
All right, man. Yeah, again, thank you for tapping in with us, bro. If you guys are liking this or watching this,
All
please-
late.
Yeah, it's fucking. What time is it? Already, the interview already over. But if y'all watching this, man, please like, subscribe, all that good shit. Thank you for the love, the hate, all the support. You already know. It's Kali the One. It's Disorderly Conduct, man. I don't know where y'all going, but you gotta get the hell up.